Today, we discuss the high-stakes nuclear talks between the United States and Iran in Geneva and what they mean for global security. To analyze the key issues, possible outcomes, and the impact these talks could have on the world, we are being joined by American-Iranian journalist Borso Daragahi from Paris. My first question to you is, what are the realistic chances that these Geneva talks will lead to a new nuclear agreement, given the deep mistrust between the United States and Iran?
Well, I think there is a gap there between what the American and Iranian red lines are. I think there is a possibility. There's a lot of opacity and a lot of lack of clarity with regard to what the U.S. position is, for example, and that is creating a lot of problems. You have different statements and different red lines being issued by the president, the vice president, and the secretary of state. Meanwhile, Iranians are clear. They're willing to make a deal on their nuclear program, provided they are able to maintain some level of enrichment. That is a red line, apparently, to Trump, although he's been a little bit ambivalent about that. J.D. Vance has been a little bit stricter about the nuclear program. And Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, has said that even the missile program must be eliminated.
And those are very, very strong words. So now, if these nuclear talks fail, what could be the consequences for stability in the Middle East and also for global security?
Well, I think there could be war, and that could be really destabilizing to the Middle East and to Southwest Asia in particular, and global oil markets that affect everybody, every person on Earth. It's impacted by the price of fuel and natural gas, and that is where a huge portion of the world's fuel and natural gas comes from. If there is an armed conflict, it could lead to refugee flows. It could lead to collapsing of governments and multiple civil conflicts in the region that is already known for a lot of armed conflict.
Mm-hmm. And in response to my first question, you were talking about some red lines. In your assessment, what are the main red lines for both the United States and Iran in these negotiations, and where might compromise be possible?
I mean, compromise at this point, there was a compromise. There was a deal between Obama and Iran. And it was basically like you can have a little bit of enrichment, but it's under close international supervision. That was the deal. But, Trump hates Obama. It's a really personal, almost, if it wasn't so tragic and dangerous, it would be kind of comic. So he tore up that deal. And now he's trying to find another deal that will make him look better than Obama. It sounds like a comic book, but this is really where we're at. And this is the problem, is we don't really know what the U.S. position is. I think the U.S. position is something that he can sell to his base and his donors and the foreign interests that are backing his administration.
Crisp and sharp. Thank you so much, Borso, for helping us make sense of that story.